Hello everyone. In continuation with the Fourier series, we'll be discussing with the existence of even and odd functions and the formula related to these functions for the Fourier series expansions. Okay, so let me just give you the example of this function, which is the function f of x is equals to x squared. F of x is equals to x squared. That means you can say that y is equals to x squared. That means for this particular value of x, I'm going to get the value of, if I'm going to consider this is the curve for this function, if I'm going to consider a function or the value or this particular x, suppose I'm getting, okay, for example, I'm taking the value as 3. So if I'm taking x is equals to 3, I'm going to get according to the function, as consider this as the y value as, because if I'm putting x is equals to 3, I'm going to get 3 square, that is 9. So value of this particular function at this curve, or the function of 3, or the value of 3 is equals to 9. The value of the function at 3 equals to 9 because of this function. Now if I'm going to take the negative of this 3, which is somewhere here, negative of this 3, that is minus 3, and if I'm going to plot this curve, point on the curve, I'm going to get the value as f of minus 3, and if I'm going to put f of minus 3 or minus 3 the whole square, so I'm going to get it here is equals to 9. So if we'll observe this both the functions, so that means I'm going to get the value of the function at f of 3 and f of minus 3 as equals to 9. So both the values I'm going to get it as 9, they are equal. So this is happening because this function is symmetric to y-axis. If you'll observe this particular curve, this is symmetric to y-axis. And this type of functions are known as the even functions. If I wanted to consider another example, if another example, if I would like to consider here, so suppose this is a y-axis, this is the x-axis, then this kind of function, sorry, this is just draw this again. So if I will observe this type of function, please consider this as a straight line. This is I'm drawing a straight line over here where this curve is again, so this is x-axis, this is a y-axis, this is the origin, and this is the curve. So if you'll observe this particular curve, this particular v-shaped curve is symmetric to this y-axis, and therefore I could say that for every positive x and negative x of this particular function, I'm going to get the same value. So, and suppose I'm going to consider, and that is why these functions are known as the even functions. So even function, graphically they are symmetric to y-axis. Okay. Suppose I'll consider this function cos of x. So if you'll observe this y-axis, so that means what? This part of the figure, right? This part of the figure and the another part of the figure, they are exactly mirror image of this. If I'm considering this as the mirror, so if I'm considering this y-axis as a mirror, so they are exactly the mirror image of each other. That means what? They are symmetric. This curve is symmetric about the y-axis. So if I will consider the definition, a function f is even if the graph f is symmetric with respect to y-axis. Or the same thing, I could say that the function is unchanged when reflected about y-axis. Reflected as in we have to just take the mirror image about the y-axis. So I'm going to get it, this type of function as the even function. So if I wanted to write the entire thing in a mathematical way, I have to write down f of minus x is equals to f of x, and this is happening for all x. If at all one particular x is not following this particular property, I cannot say that function is even function, right? And therefore if f of minus x is f of x for all x, this is the notation for all x, then this is known as the even function. So that means when the function is even, it is following this property, that is f of minus x is equals to f of x. So this is all about the even function. We will be discussing here as well the properties of even function and odd functions. Let me just do an example, write an example for the odd functions. So if I'm going to consider this as an odd function or this as a function where I have got the curve something like this, the function is x cube. The function is x cube, f of x is equals to x cube, or otherwise I could say that y is equals to x cube. This is my f of x axis, or I could say that this is equals to y axis, what we are saying it always. Okay, let me consider a one value over here of x. So if I'm considering the value of x as equals to, say, for 2, x is equals to 2, and if I'm putting a perpendicular on this the curve, I'm going to get, so y is equals to, so f of 2 is equals to 2 cube is equals to 8, right? So I'm going to get the value of the function as 8. Let me just take the negative of 2, that is minus of 2, and let me just see the value over here. So if you'll observe this value, this is nothing but f of minus 2, which is minus 2 the bracket cube, which is, I'm going to get it as minus of 8. Minus of 8. And this entire thing I could, that means what, if you'll observe, f of 2 is 8 and f of minus 2 is minus of 8. That means I'm going to get it here, f of minus of 2 is equals to minus of 8, which is same as minus of my f of 2. Minus of f of 2, right? And this is, I could write down in a general way also. And if I wanted to consider the another example, so what exactly, how this curve is going to happen. So if I'm going to take the same kind of image over here, right? So this is, suppose I'm taking the same curve like symmetric to this particular axis, and if I'm again taking the negation of this particular curve, so what I have done, this is the curve in the first quadrant. If I'm taking the negative of this curve, or you can say the symmetric about the y-axis, I'm going to get the curve something like this. And now if I'm taking the negative curve or negation of this particular curve, I'm going to get this type of curve. This type of curve. That means what, this particular curve is symmetric about the origin. Is symmetric about the origin. Now this type of examples or this type of functions are known as odd functions, where this property holds good, that is f of minus 2 is equals to minus of f of 2. Another example is, this is nothing but the function known as a sine function, which is an odd function. If you observe here the curves, and if you just take the values of particular curve, you will get this as the same argument what we have made it here. So if I wanted to take the exactly mirror image of this particular curve, I'm going to get this curve something like this, right? Something like this. And if I'm going to take the negative or negation of this curve, this dotted curve, I'm going to get this particular curve, which is the present curve over here. And that is why it's known as symmetric to origin axis, or otherwise the function is odd if the graph of f is symmetric with respect to the origin. With respect to the origin, that is, the function is unchanged when rotated 180 degree about the origin. So this is also the same thing. What exactly I have done it here, taking the symmetrics here and then taking the negative. I have done just I have flipped this curve, or I have rotated this particular curve 180 degrees. This is the first 90 and then another 90 degrees. So this is what we have done it here also in the dotted line and taking the negation. Mathematically, I could say that f of minus 2 is equals to minus of f of x. So this is nothing but I could say that f of minus of x is equals to minus of f of x, and that is true for all x. When this is happening, when this is happening when f is odd function. F is odd function. So this is nothing but the definition of an odd function whenever it is it holds for all x. Okay, let me just define or just few properties of even and odd function to solve our Fourier series examples. First of all, if f of x is even, then what will happen with the integral? No, normally whenever we are going for the even and odd function, so if you'll observe here, the definition for the function f of x is equals to f of x if f is even, right? If f is even function, and this becomes, so this is minus x. So this is minus of x is equals to f of x, right? And this is equals to minus of f of x if f is odd, right? If f is odd. This is what we have seen combined, the definition here, the even and odd function. So if you'll observe, I should have my minus 6 in the interval. So if I'm going to take the interval as 0 to 2 pi or 0 to L, this is not going to serve my function whether it's a even or odd, because I don't have the negative numbers in this particular intervals. So whenever I have got the intervals something like 0 to 2 pi, 0 to 2L, where my negative numbers are not present, I cannot check whether the functions are even or odd. Please remember, this is very important property for the existence of the even and odd function. When my interval is not having the negative numbers, I cannot check whether the function is even or odd, or otherwise because I don't have the negative numbers in that, right? And negative x, I don't have a negative x between this 0 to 2 pi and between 0 to 2L. And that is why I should always have the interval like minus L to L f of x dx, where the function is, where the values of x varies from minus L to L, and then only it is possible for me to check whether the function is even or odd. So if this is the function, this f is even function, then we will have the property integration from minus L to L f of x dx is equals to 2 times 0 to L f of x dx. 0 to L f of x dx. So this is the first property, very important property to find out the Fourier series expansions, and we'll be using this type of property. I'll be discussing about this as well. Second is, if f is odd function, then what will happen? Integration from minus L to L f of x dx becomes 0 here. Directly becomes 0. So this is nothing but the properties of integrations as well, and these are the two properties of integrals. We are using it in to find out the Fourier series expansions. Let me just discuss few more properties here. The first property says that the product of even into even function is same as the even function, right? So product of two even functions is equals to even. Second is, if there is a product of even into odd, it becomes the odd function. If there is a product of odd into even, is equals to the even function. So for this type of property, you can take the very simple example. Suppose I'm taking f of x is equals to x, like f1 is equals to x, and f2 of x is equals to x square. So this is my odd function, this is my even function. So you can easily check the even into even will give me even, because x square into x square will give me x to the power 4, which is again an even function. Then even into odd will give me odd, like x into x square will give me the odd function. Then x square into x will give me x cube, which we have seen that is an odd function. Similarly, odd into odd function will give me the even function, that is x into x, that is x square, which is again an even function, right? Then the addition and subtraction. So odd, if I'm adding the odd function with the odd function, I'm going to get it as an odd function. If I'm subtracting two odd functions, I'm going to get as a odd function. Similarly, adding and subtracting two even functions will be the even function. So these are the few properties which are very useful to solve the Fourier series expansions of odd and even functions. Yeah, let me just, these are the things which I have kept it on the slide already, because I wanted to discuss the remaining part. This is already we have been discussed, and we'll be using this type of properties whenever I have to check with the case is even function. So this is what the case first, when f of x is even, what will be the formulae for the Fourier series in the interval minus L to L, that we are going to discuss over here. So first, Fourier series of f of x in the interval minus L to L, that we have already seen many a times. Let me just do it again here. So f of x is nothing but given to me as a 0 plus summation of a n cos of n pi x by L plus summation bn sin of n pi x by L. Then a0 becomes here 1 by 2L minus L to L f of x dx. Then an is 1 by L minus L to L f of x cos of n pi x by L dx. Then bn becomes this. So these are the things what we have seen already, right? Let me just discuss what will happen with each and everything whenever I'm discussing about the even functions, right? Okay. Now, whenever the function f of x is even, when the function, that means what do you mean by even function? F of minus x is nothing but f of x. That holds good for all x, right? So this property holds good for all x in the particular interval. So we are dealing here with minus L to L as the interval, right? And then what will happen here? So it's minus L to L f of x dx. So this f is even function. So this f is even function. If it is an even function, by this particular property, what will be that? It is 2 times integration 0 to L f of x dx. And therefore, the a0 here becomes as, so this is 2, there is 1, 2, and there is another 2 of the formula 1 by 2. That will go off and I'll remain here with a0 as 1 by L integration 0 to L f of x dx. This is happening when f is even function, right? Now, what will happen with an? This f is even, right? And we have seen that cos function is also an even function. So product of two even function, we have seen that is even, product of two even function is even function, and therefore the product of these two will give me, so resultant of these two will give me even function. If this resultant is even function, what will happen again? This first property will come into the existence, that is integration from minus L to L becomes 2 times 0 to L, and the remaining function will remain same, and therefore the value of an becomes 2 by L integration from 0 to L f of x cos of n pi x by L, right? What will happen with bn? This f is even function, what we have been watching here for the first, that is the first f of x is even function. Sine is odd function, right? Sine is odd function, what we have seen in the last 2 slides, right? And the product of these two, so even into odd, so even into odd function will give me odd function. So therefore the resultant of these two functions will give me odd function. If this is the odd function, integration from minus L to L becomes 0, and therefore bn becomes 0 in this particular when my function is even. So ultimately what am I going to get? A0 is this function. So A0 I have got to find out. I need to find out. An I need to find out. But Bn I am going to get it as 0 when my function f is even. And therefore ultimately this series or this particular series becomes here f of x as A0 plus summation of an cos of n pi x by L. N is moving from 1 to infinity. No need to write down Bn part here, sign terms over here, because Bn becomes 0. This entire thing is happening when the interval is minus L to L, right? Minus L to L. Suppose the interval is, say, for minus 3 to 3, so plus 3. So what will happen? My value of L becomes 3 over here, and therefore accordingly the formula will change. Like this f of x becomes a0 plus summation of an cos of n pi x by 3. Integration a0 becomes 1 by 3, integration 0 to 3 f of x dx. An becomes 2 by 3, integration 0 to 3 f of x cos of n pi x by 3 dx, and bn becomes 0 over here, right? And therefore this type of functions will give you one bn part you need not to calculate. So we will be calculating only the coefficients a0 and an to write the Fourier series expansions. Okay, so so let me just erase this part so that you will be able to see this particular thing very well. Okay, so f of the function, the Fourier series of an even function consists entirely of cosine terms. Very important, because why? Because the sine terms, we have got the coefficient of sine terms as 0, and therefore we have got only cosine terms over here. Okay. Case 2 is odd functions. I have already written, I have already explained you this particular function, particular thing in the previous slide. So let me just take this f is odd function. So this f is odd function, f is odd. If f is odd, this minus L to L f of x dx becomes 0. Therefore we are going to get a0 is equals to 0. Then this f is odd, right? cos function is even function. So product of this even and odd function, even into odd function becomes here, odd into even function becomes here the odd function, right? Odd function, because again it's an odd function. Minus L to L f of x dx becomes 0. Therefore, an becomes 0 here. The third term, the third coefficient bn, this f is odd, right? Sine is also odd function, and therefore the product of two odd function, I'm going to get it as even. So resultant here, resultant of these two for odd functions will give me, or the product of these two odd functions, I'm going to get it as even function. If this is a even function, integration from minus L to L f of x dx becomes 2 times 0 to L f of x dx, and therefore bn becomes here 2 by L integration from 0 to L f of x sine of n pi x by x n pi x by L dx, and therefore f of x is equals to summation of bn sine of n pi x by L dx, and therefore Fourier series of an odd function consisting of only sine terms. We have got only sine terms over here. So we have to just deal here with one coefficient, and that is bn. Rest of these two coefficients is going to be 0. So it's sufficient if you are showing that the function is odd function, it is sufficient to just say if it is an odd function, then a0 equals to an is equals to 0, and therefore we just need to calculate the coefficient bn, and we need to follow the Fourier series expansion as this. That's all from the odd and even function. I hope you have understood this particular. So every time you need to first check, the checkpoint is you need to first check whether before to go for the even and odd function, please do check the interval, whether the interval is coming out to be minus L to L. That means whether the negative values of that particular function, particular interval exist or not. If the interval is from 0 to L or 0 to 2L, I cannot check whether the function is even or odd. Therefore, I cannot go for even and odd function. I need to go for the traditional way, like the Fourier series expansion in the interval 0 to 2L, right? It's not, this is a very important checkpoint whether to go for the even or odd function. Most of the time, students are making a mistake of, because they are having like, if my function is odd function, I just have to calculate bn. If my function is even function, then I have to calculate a0 and a and b, and need not to calculate, and they will most probably they will go for even and odd function irrespective of what the interval has been given to us. Okay, so please do check that. If at all you have any query, let me just write down in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer for those queries. Thank you. Happy learning.